Welcome back everyone to the Working Class Revolt. So massive news coming out over the last 48 hours that Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform UK and possibly the next Prime Minister, will be giving evidence in the United States of America on some type of Congress hearing on future relationships with the United Kingdom. Now this all comes down to two issues that Farage will be speaking on. First of all, the Lucy Connolly case, the mum that got sent to jail for 2 years after tweeting about migrant hotels. And the second one will be about Keir Starmer's Online Safety Act, which is an act that they claim is to save and protect young people going online and facing harm, but where many people, myself included, think it's an attack on freedom of speech. Independent media and social media has got out of the control of the establishment, and the true narratives are getting round to the population, and this is something that the establishment simply cannot have. So I believe it's bringing this act on in order to shut us down, and so do the Americans and so do the MAGA movement. So they're holding this hearing just like we claim a lot of the time that we shouldn't do certain things with China because it's an authoritarian government. The United States of America is in all its rights to look at its allies and the way it treats its population. And I, for one, thank the Americans that we've got somebody speaking up for us, and Nigel Farage for going over there, giving evidence. The Americans are absolutely seething with the way that certain individuals have been treated. They're angry about the treatment of Tommy Robinson. They're angry about Lucy Connolly and many other people that said, did stuff, or even just went to protest after the Southport killings, that they ended up with such long jail times. The Americans and the MAGA movement, Nigel Farage, and let's be honest, most people believe that Keir Starmer has used the law, or at least the Labour government has used the law and used this tragedy as an excuse to silence people from saying what's really going on with this authoritarian. Can you even call it a left-wing government? I don't think it knows what it is day by day, but it's an establishment authoritarian government. I've said it before, Keir Starmer was a puppet to be brought in to push forward an agenda. But the problem is, for the authority, is that many channels far bigger than this one are now getting more views than the mainstream media. And then even on the mainstream media, you've got channels like Talk TV and GB News, which at times do worry me that they are going a little bit mainstream, but they are still far less mainstream than the establishment would like them to be. Now, the best case scenario for Keir Starmer is that this hearing takes place, Nigel Farage goes to America, is on every single news channel looking like the Prime Minister, pals with Trump and all of Trump's entourage. That's the best case scenario. The worst case scenario is that because of this hearing, Trump breaks ties with the United Kingdom. Why Nigel Farage is over there giving evidence, let's be honest, he is the leader of the opposition, giving evidence against the Prime Minister. That would be probably the end of Keir Starmer. Now, many people are pointing out how friendly Donald Trump is with Keir Starmer when we see these meetings over Russia and Ukraine. But Trump is a businessman. This is how he does it. He basically insults him with flattery and then does whatever he wants to anyway. He has them all playing like he's the puppet master. America is so powerful that the United Kingdom and all the other European countries need to have him on side and are bending over backwards. But if Donald Trump wasn't serious about Keir Starmer and the way he's treating the British public, he won't be having these hearings in the first place. And if you don't believe Trump's going to do it, we all know what J.D. Vance thinks of the European nations and the attack on freedom of speech. Over here in the United Kingdom, we only have freedom of expression. Freedom of speech is in the United States of America's Constitution, and it's only right that they look at the morale of the so-called partners across the pond. But let me know what you think about Nigel Farage testifying against Keir Starmer over Lucy Connolly and the Online Safety Act. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for supporting the Working Class Revolt. We've got some new merch that we're selling on our website. We're doing comedy political mugs. We've got one here, which is the iconic moment after Donald Trump got shot, with his hand in the air saying, "Fight, fight, fight." We've got ones like this saying, "I'm voting Reform UK." And we've got ones like this saying, "Nigel Farage, 4 p.m. And we've got many, many more on our website. So please check them out. They're all $9.99 and they'll all be with you within a few working days. The website is www.workingclassrevolt.co.uk and the link for the website is in the description of every video.